Good afternoon, good afternoon. How is everybody doing out there this lovely Thursday afternoon? All right. Welcome back to Tips from Elaine's Desk. Elaine Proby here, CEO of PROBY'S Tax and Accounting and Tips from Elaine's Desk. So today, this conversation is going to be so exciting. I love this kind of stuff because it helps us to stay focused and get our mind right and get more centered. Okay, so this is what we want to do and get more motivated. Hi, Joan. Thanks for jumping on here. Good afternoon. How are you? You guys hit like and share on this video. This topic today is going to be great. How to think long-term, even in the face of uncertainty. And we know that there's so much unpredictable stuff happening out there, and we don't know exactly what's going on. So we want to be able to make sure that we planned accordingly, and so we could be more prepared. And of course, we want to make sure that, again, at the same time, we're staying focused, we're staying motivated, and we're moving right ahead with what we got to do. Okay, so how to think long-term, even in the face of uncertainty. Lorna Smith, thank you for the hearts. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys hit like and share on this video. All right, so let's jump right into this. The first point today, guys, is practice patience. Now, I know everybody needs to hear this. So how many people needs to hear about practicing patience? I think all of us needs to hear this, right? So that's the first point today, practice patience. Hi, Deborah Swift. Thanks for jumping in here. All right. So yeah, greetings from Belize. Okay, thanks for jumping in. Okay, guys, so practice patience is the first thing, and we all need to do this, right? So we want to make sure that we cultivate patience and we understand, because life's journey is full of ups and downs. We know this, right? Because it happens to us on a regular basis. But again, we have to be patient. And I know during the last pandemic, I think a lot of us probably gained a lot of patience during that process, because we had to take our time. We had to wait for stuff. We had to take long lines when we need to do anything. Practice patience. And this is what a lot of us did not have, because we think that everything needs to be in a hurry, right? So not every challenge, guys, we need to really have an immediate solution for. Something is going to be longer than others based on what that challenge is. So we just have to be patient, and we have to make sure that at least at the end of the day, we accomplish that mission, but we have to do it with patience, okay? So practice being mindful. being mindful of the other person, being mindful of the situation, being mindful of what's going on the other side. Because you know how it is sometimes, because we don't get what we want when we want it, we're not thinking of the other side or what may have caused that delay. We don't think about all of this because we are impatient. But you have to be mindful. Something may have occurred on the other side. Something might have occurred at the beginning of the line, while at the end of the line, it seems like you're taking too long. So we must be mindful of what may be going on the other side of the coin. So practice patience, be mindful, practice acceptance. If this is how it is at the moment, accept it. You know what it is when you're fighting acceptance? You're like, I refuse to believe that this is going to take this long, or I refuse to believe that this is happening right now. If you keep refusing to believe without accepting the fact that this is what's happening, then of course you will never be patient about it. So once you accept it, accept that something else is taking place, probably out of your control and everyone else's control, then of course you could be a lot more patient about the situation, correct? So that's one thing. You have to practice acceptance of it. And then I love this one, get comfortable being uncomfortable. We're not going to be happy with maybe the situation or the process that something is taking or how long it's taken. We're not comfortable with that, but get comfortable being uncomfortable. So we're uncomfortable with that process. But if you accept it, like I said earlier, just accept it and you get comfortable with it, it can calm you down. Slow down is the other process. Slow down, it calms you down, slow down, and then try to go with the process. And then have fun in the meantime if it's something to have fun with, okay? This is what we must do, guys. Seriously important. All of us need this. Practice patience and all these points on the patience is so important, and we have to do this, okay? So, hi, Rod. Thanks for jumping in here. Hi, sis. Hello, brother. Thank you so much. Risha, Utah Smith, good afternoon. Good afternoon. So, we are talking about how to think long-term in the face of uncertainty. And the first point, practice patience. Let's move on to our second point today, guys. Hit like and share on this video. This topic is so important. I just love it, and everybody needs it, right? So the second point is live below your means. I love this. Live below your means. All right. So I'm sure everyone can raise their hand and say they are very guilty of not paying enough attention to living below your needs, right? You have to adopt a lifestyle that allows you to save and invest for the future, right? This is what we have to do. So you have to understand your current financial situation, guys. Evaluate what you're spending your money on. I know if we look back, we take a bank statement, we look at the things that we spend money on, we'll be surprised ourselves to see what we spend money on. The little things adds up at the end of the month. But you do, oh, it's only $50. Oh, it's only $20. Oh, it's only $25. Oh, it's only $100, right? So you have these bad habits. You spend a little bit here and a little bit there. And at the end of the month, it adds up. So we have to pay attention to how we're spending our money. We need to create an effective budget and try to stick to it. I mean, and I'm sure how many of you guys put it in the thread have been able to stick to any kind of budget you create, right? So you have to do this, though. We don't be conscious of doing this. Maybe if we talk about it, and maybe if someone is just instilling it in you, you're going to be like, okay, I need to do that. I am guilty of all the frivolous shopping and buying things that don't really need, have too much of it. You know, how many pairs of shoes or how much clothes you're going to purchase? Do you really need it? So this is a part of just frivolous spending, and we don't think about it because we're saying, okay, well, it's just so many dollars and it's just so few dollars. However, we have to create a budget. We have to live below our means, not because we can afford it or we can buy it right now. We want to get it. If we don't need it, don't do it. So that's what live below your means mean. And create an effective budget. Stick to that budget. So if you're going to allow yourself to spend $500 on some of those frivolous things, then do that, not $1,000. You see what I mean? So if I'm not saying don't do anything, but allow yourself a budget so you could just do it within those means, within those. But John said she is guilty. I know all of you guys can raise your hands. Everybody's guilty of this one. I know it ain't just me. So yeah, so thank you, John, for joining in with that guilty part. So okay, so we need to just pay attention to what it is. Just because you can get it, don't just get it, right? So you have to look for ways to reduce that spending that is unnecessary, right? Set financial goals for success. You could save more if you spend less on those frivolous things and getting things you don't really need. And I'm sure we can go through and find things that we have to give away or we just don't need anymore. So set those financial goals, guys. Set that budget. Stick to that budget. No matter what it is that you hope to achieve about your future and the long-term goals, you must pay attention and be fully aware. Try to save more and save more in case of there's an emergency or any major purchases that must have to happen. Pay down your debt and then try to save more. And of course, again, live below your means, right? Don't do it just because you can afford to do it today. All right. So that's my second point. All right. So Deborah says, let's see, I have to put this on. Yes. Deborah Anita Swift. Okay. And appreciate you. Yes, everybody's thumbs up on this one. All right. So this third point today, guys, this is great. We're talking about how to think long-term in the face of uncertainty. And this is great. Point number 3, visualize the future. Okay. And I just love this because this guides us to get to a place, to get to that goal, to get to that place where we see ourselves. So visualize, imagine several years down the road, where do you see yourself, right? What is it exactly do you want? Some of us may just want a reasonable sized house. Some of us may want a ranch. Some of us may want, whatever that might be. So whatever it is that you see yourself, some of us may want to get a horse and a boat. And some of us, just visualize where you want to see yourself. I mean, normal stuff in life that you need and just another place that you would like to be. Once you visualize what your desired future look like, it helps you to see the vision. It helps you to work towards it, and it will allow you to get there. Not because you said you're going to get there, because you can and you will, right? But if you don't see it and you don't believe it, you can't achieve it, right? I believe to see it, believe it, and achieve it. So this is what you got to do. Visualize the future, guys. See where it is that you want to go. Imagine the emotion once you get there. See how you're going to feel once this is something that you really want to get, and you want to get maybe just that really nice house with the picket fence. My sister always talks about this white house with the picket fence. If that's what you see yourself in, just imagine how you will feel when you accomplish that, right? How excited you're going to be, how happy you're going to be. Or this is your vacation home, or this is your retirement space. This is where you want to retire. I want to retire. I want to be by the water. I want to be able to see the waves every day. This is what you're going to imagine, guys, and just think about how excited you're going to be and how you're going to feel once you achieve that mission. So this, again, will drive you to that place, okay? So this is, I just love it. Expand your knowledge so you can figure out ways to get there. Write down these things that you really want and put them on a list so that you can practice the work towards achieving this goal. I just love this. You're seeing yourself succeed. This is going to help you to believe it again and achieve it and do the things that's necessary. Because once you have the goal set and you know the steps to get there, you can start moving towards that direction, right? So I just love this. So visualize the future. Take action every single day towards your desired outcome, right? Every day, take some steps towards it. Every single day, do something that's going to head you in the right direction to get to that goal. That's it. That's my third point today. I just really love these points. So let me go ahead and recap this, guys. How to think long-term. Even in the face of uncertainty, we still got to have these long-term goals and plans in place. And number 1 point is practice patience. Patience. They say patience is a virtue. We have to practice that. Again, I know I've learned a lot of patience. And I think one of the things that really helps is having these gadgets with you, your iPad or your phone. And I'll sit in line and just do something, make a phone call, do an email or whatever, and just sit there and just wait my turn. You know what I mean? Just everywhere you go, you have to wait. You have to be patient. Things are not just going to happen. And then don't try to do things that you cannot control, okay? Because that part right there, it's just going to make you crazy. Second point today, live below your means, y'all out there, Miss Joan and everyone else out there who is totally guilty of this. Don't just get stuff because you can afford to get it. Do you really need it? Do you really need it? How many of those 100 pair of shoes can you wear? Are you going to spend that money frivolously on things that you really don't need? And again, just using that as an example, because that's what I'm guilty of, but a lot of stuff that we all have different things that we're guilty of. So go through the bank statements, look at all those frivolous shopping and be like, oh my God, this was $1,000. Let me knock it down to $500 this month. So go ahead and evaluate that, create a budget and try to stick to it. And the third point, visualize your future. I just love this one because you got to see it. You got to believe it so you can achieve it. And I just love this one. So visualize where you want to be down the road and work towards that one step at a time. All right, so those are my 3 points today. All right, so with that said, guys, I want to always invite you guys to go to Elaine's desk. Hit like and share on this video. Yes, hit like and share on this video. I love it. Go to elainesdesk.com, you guys. And, we have a blog page there that talk about all the different types of business strategy, which is perfect. People who wants to start their business, those of you who have already started, who wants to take it to another level, who need some guidance, who need, some advice on that, go ahead and do that. And of course, like I always say, if you need some further assistance, it's okay to go to PROBY'S.com. Go to that calendar, book 15-minute free consultations. A lot of people who have been taking advantage of that 15-minute, usually it runs more than that anyway, but a lot of people are taking advantage of that. I have consultation meeting every single week. So go ahead and take advantage of that and do a call the office at 323-290-9034. I'll be happy to talk to you. And let's see, I think Ms. Jones said, thank you for the great advice. We should say great information as always. Thank you guys for jumping on here. Okay, and with that said, you guys, don't forget, though, if you have not done those taxes yet, those of you who have filed an extension, it's rolling right along. September 15th, your corporation, October 15th, all those personal taxes. And if you have a nonprofit, it is November 15th. So make sure that you call PROBY'S Tax and Accounting and get that in. We can take care of that for you no matter where you are. Okay, and I think that's it. So with that said, you guys, again, this is Thursday. We're approaching the end of the week. Join me back here every Tuesday and Thursday at 1 p.m. Share this information, make sure everybody gets it. Again, this is almost the end of the week, and I see Serenity on here. Will need help with taxes, cousin. That's right. You know where to find me. Okay, so I'll be happy to help you with that. Thank you for info. God bless, Deborah. Thank you so much for jumping on here. Okay, you guys, have a wonderful rest of your Thursday afternoon. Have a fabulous weekend, and I will see you guys back here on Tuesday. And with that said, take care of each other and take care of yourself. Thanks. Bye-bye.